What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel as well as on Twitch, so make sure you come by and say hello. This video is also brought to you by my music, which is available anywhere you stream music under the name Aftersound, and I do have a new song out called Dreamin', so check it out. Let me know what you think, and I appreciate the support. All right, guys, I wanted to talk about bots, and specifically bots for survival mode, because survival mode has been out now for over a week. And the biggest fear when survival mode was first announced back in November was, here come the bot farms, right? They're all going to come back. And guess what? The bot farms don't seem like they're back in town, right? As you can see here from the active accounts over the past, well, this is the past 30 days, but definitely over the past week or 2 weeks, I mean, we're down now to like 4,000 players, right? 4,006. We're about to go below 4,000 and be in the 3,000 range soon. But it just goes to show that that fear ended up being unfounded. Now, I want to highlight this because we still don't know if there's going to be, secondary impacts and whatever the case is, and if they might come back online at some point. But as it stands right now, I was talking about this on a live stream earlier. What are the downstream effects, right? Well, we're seeing SPS, for example. Obviously, more SPS being minted now, but it's not going to bot farms, right? It's not going to even accounts that are botting at such a wide level. Now, that doesn't mean that people who are participating are not botting, but when you go and take a look at survival mode here, and let me go ahead and pull this up. Okay, that's not what I wanted, but let's go over to survival mode. And again, if you were on the live stream, then you probably saw me highlighting this. But if you go to the leaderboard, the top names in the leaderboard are all people that we know in the community. So, I go with the 80-20 rule, where I would say that, the top 20% of the people here, maybe, top 50 accounts or so, are probably earning, anywhere from 50 to 80% of the SPS. And these are not the accounts that are going to go and just continuously dump on the market. They're trying to accumulate SPS for the long run. So I'm not too worried about like this secondary effect of like, a bunch of SPS coming into the mix and being a down driver for SPS. If anything, like I said, it seems as though it's now going once again to players who both have a lot of SPS staked as well as a lot of cards that they can use to participate. Now, we haven't seen, the rental market necessarily take off, but we do know that season rentals are going to become the standard in less than 2 weeks on the March 18th update. So as it stands right now, a lot of this is still in flux. I think people are still feeling out what exactly is going on, what exactly are the impacts. And so in that way, in coming back to the daily active accounts, just being on a very steady decline, right? So if we go and look at the last 6 months, for example, you can see obviously we had some peaks here. And again, this is not the amount of accounts like playing battles. These are just accounts that were active. Somebody probably logged in. And so I think we did see more, people or we'll say like bot accounts that were just consolidating or exiting over this time frame. And now you're seeing probably the healthy amount. I still don't think we're quite there yet, but we're getting closer to like whatever the healthy, accurate amount of real players or real accounts in this ecosystem is. And the fact that survival mode has been live has been quite successful, at least so far. Again, I think there's still a lot of tweaks that need to be ironed out. But for the most part, people are enjoying it. It's fun. It's different. There's a different kind of thrill to it. I mean, I'm playing with my main deck and I lose cards left and right, which is not fantastic, but obviously I don't feel the impact of that because I'm just botting my account in Wild right now. So there is an element of gamification for this. People can kind of interact with it in different ways. And even still, that's not bringing the account, not the account, but the bots back online. Now, what it's also not doing is driving a ton of new activity for players, right? We're not seeing a ton of new players enter the game, but we also know that survival mode was never meant to be something that new players coalesce around, right? If anything, it's to reward players who have very deep collections or those that want to start building very deep collections. And I think we will probably continue to see that grow over time, as even for someone like myself, I kind of like playing in survival mode. I kind of want to look and see what are the cheap summoners right now that I could just buy or accumulate slowly and steadily over time and just continue playing games, because the earnings there are actually quite good. Even for someone like me in bronze, almost earning as much as I do in wild diamond, which is crazy. We haven't also seen a major influx of capital for the market, or major activity, I should say, in the marketplace. I mean, sure, there's it's gone up a little bit. And this blue line represents dollar volume, right? The red line here is the one I believe that represents cards. Yeah. So it's interesting to see what again, the only insights I can really gain from this is that people are probably going in and they're spending on the higher level cards, the max level cards, right? Because instead of buying up a bunch of cheap cards, they're clearing out all of the max level cards, which is good, right? I mean, I think we'd want to see that because now everybody's going to start taking the 1BCX cards, leveling them up, maxing them out, and then potentially putting them on the marketplace. And as we were looking at during the live stream, there's not, the seasonal rental market is very thin, especially when it comes to summoners, especially when it comes to key cards. So I'm very curious to see how this continues to play out. Again, I'm not as worried about bots because even if the bots come back online, they now need to have two stakes in the game. One with literally staking SPS, and the other stake being a massive amount of cards that they either own or rent, which would increase market activity, increase burn, DEC burned. So ultimately, I think we're off to a fantastic start here with survival mode. Again, I don't think that it's anywhere close to being what the final iteration should be, and hopefully the team is taking some notes after about a week or so, and we'll tweak it as they go. But on the whole, this fear of massive amounts of accounts coming back and botting and whatever, it doesn't seem to be the case. That doesn't mean it can't change, but I think that would only happen if SPS started to really moon and the rewards started to become ridiculous from like a US dollar value perspective. Then you'd probably start to see accounts coming in and really trying to arbitrage that. And again, there would be a limit to that because there's only a limited amount of cards, but that's when you get into the exciting, oh, hey, could this look like 2021 kind of thought process. Will we get there? I don't know, and I'm not even making that prediction. Obviously, I want the game to do well. I want the markets to do well, but everything is up in flux right now. And at the moment, I'm just excited about the new game modes, the new features that Splinterlands will be launching. So Land, Conclave Arcana, the rotation of Modern and Wild, all this stuff I think from a game perspective is going to be really fun, and hopefully the markets will do what the markets do, but also the flywheel effect, right, as we slowly get rid of all the DEC, will do what it needs to do to start getting SPS into a better, healthier place. But that is all I have for you guys in this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Otherwise, I will catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.